Hi, it's Brian Murray with hobokenhomefinder.com, coming to you today from my parking space. Summertime and the parking is easy. That should be the name of the song. If you look outside today, you can find a spot just about anywhere, whether it be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Everybody leaves for the weekend. It's great. People take the weekdays off, significant portion of people, so that there's parking around town. So, when you try to sell parking in the summertime, it really doesn't count. It's not quite the same as parking in the winter. What's a parking space worth? Well, what's it worth when you come home at midnight and there's no parking anywhere around? What's it worth when you come home at 9 p.m. and it's raining and you have to park 3 blocks away? What's it worth when it's a single parent with 2 kids that have to get them in the house and they're on a tight street, so they have to park at the corner and drag the kids down the street and get them in the house and rush to get to the parking garage and come back? What's it worth? Well, in dollars and cents, parking spot used to be worth $25,000, $30,000 in the heyday with new construction. Those Metro Homes buildings, they would charge you $25,000, $30,000 added onto your mortgage, and you get a deeded spot. Today, it's not quite as easy of a question when there aren't any parking spaces to buy. Is it worth the $25,000 or $30,000 that you purchased it for 5 or 6 years ago? Is it worth $40,000, $50,000 because there is no other parking around? My contention is closer to the path. A parking spot is worth maybe $70,000. When you look at the difference between a condo with a parking spot and one without, in the same location, close to the path, usually the difference is about $70,000. So can you say the parking space itself is worth that? Maybe, maybe not, but that's what people are willing to pay for a unit with a parking space versus the identical unit without. Something to keep in mind when you're going forward, there is maybe plenty of rental parking available, but if you can purchase a spot and have it with you always, I don't see that parking is going to get any easier here in Hoboken. No matter how many garages they build, there'll always be people to put their car in them. No matter how many people turn their permits in to use those little connect cars or corner cars or what you want to call them, people still like to have their own car. They like to have their own space. I have tons of storage behind my space, which I don't have to pay to have a storage facility, and it's right here when we want to use it in the backyard. So that's worth something too. One other thing I would say is that a tandem spot, some people are kind of against where you park one and then one behind it or in front of it, and then the 2 owners have to share keys and coordinate getting out of the spots. My experience is that that's not really that big of a deal, that the owners tend to work it out and that one person is usually in there a lot and the other person isn't. So from everybody I've talked to that has a tandem spot, it's not such a bad deal. Is it as good as having your own spot? Probably not, but if that's your only option, it's still way, way better than having a rental spot somewhere or no spot somewhere. This is Brian Murray, hobokenhomefinder.com, and I'll be out there on the streets looking for parking.